Pat, thank you for sending in your sample material. I'm going to demonstrate the Clicker 1500 press, cutting with two different types of dies. The first type of die being a forged die. This is 1 1/4 inch high forged steel die, also called a feed-through die. The material comes up through the top. You simply set this die on top of your material. And on the bottom we have a sacrificial cutting surface. This is what you cut against. It's a high-density polyethylene. So what I'm going to do, I have your material. I'm going to set it on top of the cutting board. Put the die on top of the material. Slide it in. Take it out. And you'll notice we get a nice clean cut. Okay, now with this type of die, you can cut through a stack of material up to 3/4 inch high. Okay, here's a piece that we cut out of, obviously here. So there's a piece again, and just to get a look at the edge quality, it's nice and clean. Okay, so the next type of die, well actually, I'll sample some more of your material real quick with a forged die again. Now this time I'm going to take 4 pieces of this material. Now you've given me 2 different sizes here, but I just want to show you how you can do multiple layers. So I'm actually going to take 4 pieces this time, and I'll take the die. This time again I'm going to use a forged die. Set the die on top of the material. Slide it in. And again, we get a nice clean cut on the edges. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll send you all pieces back so that you can see both the cut piece and the waste material. So again, there's the edge on that. And I went through again 4 sheets of the material that time. Okay, now next I will cut through. I'm not sure what this one is, but I'm going to cut through 3 pieces of this material here. Okay. So again, I'll take the forged die. I'll set the forged die on top of the material. Actually, that's too tall. I'm only going to do 2 pieces. Okay. So set it on top. Slide it in. And again, you'll notice we get a nice clean cut along the edges. Okay. And since I have 1 sheet of this material left, I'm going to demonstrate another type of die that you can use with this press. And that type of die is what they call a steel rule die. Oh, you know what though? This piece of material is not big enough, so I'll wait to do that in a second here. Okay, next I'm going to demonstrate the press cutting the 80 mil HDPE. Again, we'll use a forged die. And I've got 3 layers. Get a nice clean cut again. Put that to the side. Next I'll cut the 40 mil PVC. Do 3 layers again of that. Nice clean cut. See the edge there. Okay. Now this time I'm going to demonstrate using a clicker die which we actually build in-house. This is a little bit less precise type of die. Again, this is also 1.25 inch high die. We build these right in-house here. So I'll take the die now. I'm going to cut the, this is the geotextile material. Now this piece of material is not exactly large enough to use with this die, so I'm going to use a smaller one. Again, you'll notice we get a nice clean cut, and this again was with the clicker die. Okay, so all of the material that we cut with the forged die will also cut with this type of die, that being a clicker die. The forged die will give you just a little bit cleaner edge, however. So the last material I'm going to test is the 45 mil RPP. And again, I'll just do this with the clicker die again. Slide it in, click it out. Now that one, the material sort of hung on a little bit. I think if I would have used a forged die, it would have cut a little cleaner. But you'll still see the edge is pretty nice. There was one piece that thread sort of hung on there, but that could have been because of a dull spot in the die as well. So now the last test that I'm going to do is going to be a .937 steel rule die. Okay, now this is a die, in this case it's mounted in Lexan. Normally this type of die is mounted in wood. Okay, you can use this type of die on the bottom facing blade up or on the top facing blade down. Ordinarily, this type of die is used on the bottom facing blade up. So the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to mount a cutting board to the top of the press. Now I'm using clamps, but there are mounting holes in each corner of the press, so you can just mount the board up there with bolts and wing nuts. Okay, so I'm going to take my die, I'm going to have the die on the bottom, and then I'll take, the only piece I have large enough to demonstrate is this material here. So I'm going to take, I think about 7 pieces of that material. I'm going to take it, I'm going to set it on top of the die, slide it in, click it out. And you'll see we get, again, a nice clean cut. Sort of hard to see because of my black shirt, but anyhow, there's the edge quality. Now this type of die is, you know, when you're looking at a pattern that's more complex, this is the way to go. A steel rule die, called a .937 steel rule die. Again, this is better for more complex patterns. I'm going to go ahead, I'll send this video link over to you, and then I'll give you a call to discuss. Thank you.